This video looks at marking using Purple Mash. We also involve extracting files to be able to do markup on our assessments. I'm going to be meeting with Mrs. Govender today before we go out to play volleyball. We are looking into how to mark an autobiography that our grade 7s have done, and I thought that this lesson would offer you some assistance in going more digital in your administration. All tasks that you've set for the children will be shown in this red button over here. It says to-dos with the checkboard. So you're going to click on that button and that'll access the work that you've set for them. I'm not going to go into the whole process of how to set that out because I've already set a task, which is the autobiography that Mrs. Govender is going to be marking. Okay, and now I've just opened the tasks that I've set, and you can see the blue color is showing that those are activities that are still active. To filter the search, I'm going to type in grade 7, press enter, and it'll only show me the tasks that are applicable to the grade 7s. And this is very useful because you might be teaching different classes. You can see here's the project for the grade 7s. It's called All About Me, a biography for grade 7A, 7B, 7C, and 7D. So that's the project that has been assigned to be done for grade 7 English. I'm going to need to access those projects or those tasks as Mrs. Govender. So I'm going to use grade 7A for this. You will understand that I'm taking the liberty to log in as if I'm Mrs. Govender, and that's for the sake of this training. We're showing how to interact with the grade 7 autobiographies. The end of the year written piece, now ready for marking. You can see I'm impersonating Mrs. Govender. Just select Mrs. Govender there. And I just wanted to show you that's the work folder and this is the tasks. And I want to get to that autobiography. So here it is. It's blue is just showing that the work is still active. Learners can still hand it in. Just want to open up. There we go. You've got all the names and you've got all the activities shown. I could open up any one of these and have a good look at any of the learners' work. And that would be the beginning of the process of marking it. This button, this is the button that's going to open the first name in the list below, and we could mark the work. We are marking it in Purple Mash, and you'll see there's just a little comment section. It's all on the right-hand side, and that's where you could move through the class, writing in a comment. It's not entirely ideal when you do English. Just scroll on that to make everything more readable. And you can see I've got a name there. I can move down, and I can see the whole project. You could work with this and write in comments in the comment section. There you got I'm selecting certain areas. You can see there's a lowercase I, and you might want to put certain symbols into the actual text that the children have written, and that's where this might not be the best tool. There you need a space. So the comment section on the right hand side is where you would write in a general comment. So this might not be entirely useful. Although I did want to show you, so you'd be writing where I'm going to be writing here. I'm just going to write any old nonsense. That's where you would be writing a general comment to the learner. It's not really showing any markup or going through the actual errors and pointing them out on the paper, which is very necessary in formal assessment. So one's got to realize that there are certain limits. There might be ways of doing writing and putting symbols on this, but I haven't yet explored that. But we will go into that in a minute, and I'll show you how to do that with a PDF. I'm just writing any old comment in here. Remember to check your work thoroughly and to ensure that you, and I'll go on with that. I think you get the picture. And that red button over there, you could do a audio recording, adding that to your input. Now this is not exactly what I wanted to show you, because I wanted to show you how to be more specific and to fulfill the requirements of marking that very often are orthodox or the natural way that we would interact with a paper. And you can see here I've just gone to the next learner. If you press on that save and next, you would move to the next learner, and that brings up everything so you can see it a lot better. But as I said early on, I'm going to return to showing you how to use a PDF to extract all of this writing onto a PDF and use the more traditional approach of marking to show various symbols on the written piece. Just writing a comment in the text box will not be really good enough, because we've got this assessment policy, and very often that indicates that we need to fulfill the requirements of that policy. I am assuming that in this case we're going to be looking at this English paper and that it's going to have lots of markup. So I need to get a PDF file. I'm going to extract a PDF version of all the tasks that the children have written, and I'm going to download that through this print. It goes print file. I'm going to press over there, and that's going to bring all of the work that is selected in this particular class. There we go. It's going to go, and it's going to now be in PDF format. And there's a specific reason why I want it in PDF format. It's very easy to add all those strange marks that are often necessary in terms of assessment policy. You are probably wondering what this checkbox is about. That's just if you want to include the comments that you've already put in while marking it in Purple Mash. So had I checked that, which I will do now, I'll just check it by clicking over there and pressing print. I now would be able to extract all of these essays, all the written pieces, and I would have the comments that I might have already put in, or the comments that the children have typed for you in the comments section when they hand in their work. That's generating a PDF file, probably is going to be loaded into my download folder, and it takes some while. It might take a while longer on your computer. You'll just have to wait until it's undergone the process, and you can see it says printed 0 out of 25. So that's showing me that we have 25 pieces of work that are being downloaded in PDF format. This dialog box is going to take me to a panel that's just going to say to me that do I want to open the PDF for print or something like that. So let's just see. You undergo the process. It's on 20. We're almost at the full print of all of them, 24. And now it'll do and it says open PDF to print. So you press on that purple button. Our computer is by default going to open this in the browser. As you can see, it's in the browser, and I'm looking at this PDF document. You can see I'm showing all the different bits of work that the children have done in the browser. So I'm going to download it by pressing that button over there, and I'm going to choose to put it in my downloads folder. So let's look there, downloads folder, and I'm going to just do it with the default name. And now it's downloading to my PC. I need to get it in this PDF format because I'm going to work with all those markups. I also would like to apply a digital signature to it, and you can see I'm opening it in Adobe Reader. Now Adobe Reader is really good because it allows you to mark up and to do lots of things with your PDF document. I want to get hold of the stamp tool, and I'm going to find it down here at More Tools. So click on that, and this is the stamp tool. Now the stamp tool, when you click it, you'll see that I go to custom stamps or stamp palette, and I've already made a whole set of stamps that can be used for an English teacher. SP, as you can see over there, means spelling. So now we would look through the document because we want to go through marking up the document. So go fill and sign, because we also want you to be in fill mode, and you can see you've got ticks over there, you've got crosses, and you've got a whole lot. Mrs. Govender often underlines. So if I click over here, you can see I'm underlining the I. This I is not spelled correctly. So if you wanted to use some of the more usual English symbols, the SP, look, I could put it on the side in the margins, and then I could indicate with that underlining that there's a spelling mistake on that line. So the SP in line with the spelling mistake. And here I've got the signature of Mrs. Govender. I have everybody's signature, so we can set up that everybody sets up their own stamps with their own signature. What about writing a comment? So let's just show you how to do that. If you want to write a comment, you can just quickly go to this, click on the text box, click over here, and we can then write in, and I've set it by default as red. Remember to capitalize, because I can see this learner has got so many problems with capitalization, the I in your writing. Okay, so that's just giving you some idea, and we did underline that. So you can move this around, you can even resize it as well. The assessment policy often indicates that we should be writing in red, so there you can use the red color and just change it if you need to. I think it's the grade head or the subject head that would also indicate their comments in green. So you can make changes that accommodate the assessment policy. Let's just add some symbols or markups to this work. So we're going to go right to the top there. You've got all the various symbols that you could use. I made those ones myself. But we can set up a whole range of symbols that you as a teacher can use. Just come and see me and I'll show you how to develop the stamps for that. There's George. We'll go right to the top. We're going to look at the first paper. And I'm going to add in some ticks and crosses. You can see I've already indicated an underline. I can click over there and I can just size the cross to show that that's wrong. Now this would be more useful with a mathematics and all the other papers. Click on the underline tool and you can just click over there. He has written, I think it's written with a lowercase k. So pretty easy to just fill in everything, and these symbols can just be clicked on and then also placed into the document. There's a comma missing, so if I click over here with that symbol, it's showing add in a comma at that point in the sentence. Not quite sure if that's correct, and there should be a comma at that point. So you've got all these English symbols that are on the left, all these stamps, and you've got a comment that you can put in. I've got the teacher's signature that can also be put in there, and this can be easily used for moderation. It can be easily saved and shared with the relevant parties to be able to go through a whole digital process rather than using the hard copy. I have not yet added in any marks. I'm just going to bring that in. Let's go say this one is 4 out of 15. I'm going to press enter just to bring that to the next line, and that could be part of the document. And there's an underline, a little I that has not got a capital on it, so I'm underlining that. I could have used the 3 lines in my stamp tool, which would usually indicate that a caps is missing on that I. And now it's just for saving the document. I'm just choosing to save it in the same folder, so it's got the same name. Just pressing on save would have saved that document. So pretty easy, and you've got all these wonderful bits of markup that you've placed onto the document, and now it's just a matter of being able to get this back to the learners. Now I don't want to upload this whole document with all the children's work. I want to break it up, so I'm going to go and go print to PDF. It should be on all computers or your computer, and I'm going to choose which page I want to extract, because I only want this particular child's work separated from the rest of the PDF document. So I'm going to just give it a default name. I could have given it the name of the child, and I would just type it in there, and I'm going to then save this, and it'll just extract page 1, which is the first child of the 25 in the PDF document. And there we've saved it. It's just loading, and it's now been saved onto my computer. Now the whole process of getting individual tests back to individual children comes up, and that's a complication, because sometimes you don't want other learners to see this test. So you can see this test is going to now, it's the single page, we want to get it back to this learner. And I'm going to show you how to bring it into the class page of Purple Mash. So I'm opening Purple Mash, I look for the class page, and you can see my work folder. I'm in the work folder over here. It's pretty much like Windows Explorer. Click on 7A, which is this individual's class, and I am not really going to upload this file, but I'm just showing you you could bring it in to the class folder, and it's grade 7A class folder. So I'm going to open a new folder, create a new folder, and I'm going to call it marked autobiography. Click on OK, and that's made a new autobiography folder, marked autobiographies. Now the point is click over here, upload, and if I click on this, I would then search for the file, page 1. Now I'm not going to really upload this page 1 to the class folder. Why would I not do that? It would make that particular test available to all the other learners. If it makes it available to all the other learners, they would be able to see an individual's test, which is not what one would do. I'm just going to show you another option where you put it in the to-dos folder. So this is another folder that I'm opening now. I scroll down and I'm looking for the autobiography. Can't really see this, so I'm just going to scroll back, click on All About Me, the autobiography, and just go again through the uploading process. So we're going to upload now and bring it in to the to-do section. So this is all the work that pertains to that activity. I could click down there, upload, and then I would go to clicking on this would bring up the file that I'm looking to upload. And again, I've got this. If I click on that, I'm going to find the PDF and bring it into the upload folder, into the to-do section. Now again, when I find my PDF document, it is going to be shared in the to-do section of that. Look at this. I'm just going to upload so you can see what it looks like. It's coming in, and there you can see a PDF document in Purple Mash, and it's right there. I need to get rid of it because I don't really want it there. It's among all the other bits of work. And once again, we have the same problem, that other learners would be able to see this because these folders are in the class folder. So one's going to be a little cautious from the assessment policy point of view. We need to give, the test is private. So we're going to look to that. We need to get this test to the learner as a private document. And we know we need to find that learner. So this is the next step, to get it through into the learners folder. And that would mean that no other learner would be able to see it. So we look for the class. We're going to go down, and I'm going to look for the specific learners. I'm going to deactivate that. Go to pupils. I'm going to need to see the pupils in this class. And I'm looking for the specific learner that this would apply to. And we know it was Keegan Cameron. And you can see there's no work here in this folder. It's his personal folder. Nobody else would be able to see what's in the personal folder. And I'm looking for that page, page 1. That was the test we were looking at. That was the test with the markup. Click on it, and when we press done, it will upload, and only this learner will be able to see his test. No other person would have access to that test. If a parent wanted to log into Purple Mash, they would be able to get into their child's work, and they too would be able to see the test. So there we go. We have derived privacy when handing the test back. And this could be even a test that has the post-moderation markings on it as well, because it's just placed on the server and you've just uploaded it. So remember, that's how we do it. I'm just going to delete it because we have not yet marked any of these tests. I'd like to delve a little bit into moderation, particularly post-moderation. Here is my PDF document. That was that specific child's test. I'm going to our server. I'd like to just show you how to place this in the server and allow anybody who's doing some sort of moderation to interact with the document so that they can sign it and do exactly what you did with your markup when you marked the paper, now to moderate the paper and to even provide a signature to show that it has been moderated. So let's go into that. As you can see, I've just copied and pasted the file, that PDF file, into the general staff data folder, and that is in the Purple Mash folder, which is my folder. I'm going to just set up a folder called moderation. So go to new. I'm just going to put it in here in the Purple Mash folder, new, right click, and I'm going to go with folder, and we'll give it a name. I'm just assuming that I'm making a folder that would be linked up to keep all my moderation documents, and in this case, the tests that have been put forward for moderation. And we're only using that one example of the one test that is called page 1. I need to put that file into this folder. Once I've got that file in this folder, I'm going to click it to just open it up, and I'm going to put that file into this folder so that I can make it accessible to the necessary post-moderation individuals or people who want to see it. So I'm just going to paste it in there, just pasting the document, and once I've pasted it in, it's now available. Now I want to show you how to send it to your moderator. So you're going to take this file over here and you're going to right click on it, and then we're going to get copy as part. So I'm going to go hold down shift, sorry I made a mistake, shift and right click, shift and right click, and go down and look for copy as path. Wonderful shortcut this is. Copy as path. There it is. Click on it, and that has extracted the address of this file on our school server. I've clicked on it, and now the address is saved. It's on my clipboard, and I can now open my Outlook Express to send an email to whoever is needing to get access to this file. So I'm going to click on my Outlook and open that. I'm going to be just sending an email to whoever. I think I'll use my own address. Send an email to myself. So just go through that process. I'm going to click on new email. I want to just show you how to provide access to that file with a hyperlink. I'm sure a great deal of you already know how to do this, but it's very useful. So we go to make a new email, and then you type in the details of your email. To make a hyperlink, I just select the text that I want to make a hyperlink from, and that will take me to this page 1 PDF. And remember, how did we get that hyperlink? We held down Shift and we right-clicked and chose Copy as Path. So now Control-K in my document, and I paste, right-click and paste in that bottom part, and now I have a hyperlink which gives access to the file to whoever needs to moderate it. It's very useful, this, and I can see its great value in avoiding the whole problem of having to send emails or hard copies of tests back and forth which get lost. You can start using digital forms of signing. And now to just open that file. So I'm just going to open the file, click on it, and you can see it saying open. And this is opening that PDF from that spot on the server, our school server. And you can see it's got all the markup is there. And you can even add further details if you are the moderator. If you click over there, you got your signature. You can just add that to the document. You can add in comments with this little text box. It's used to fill in forms in a PDF. You can just add in whatever you need to do. I'm just writing in red. I know that the post moderator would often use green in this case. I'm just writing a whole lot of nonsense in here, but the post moderator would just indicate what the necessary comments would be, and you might even have the forms that go with post moderation as well. There's various stamps, and that's what I wanted to show you. Click on the stamp tool, and you can add in your stamps that you've set. These are pre-made stamps that would be approved. You can even make your own. It's pretty easy. If you want to learn how to do that, you can come and see me, and I'll show you how to make stamps. They can be custom made to suit your particular learning area and your particular style of marking. And you can see there's all the markup in it, and there's Mrs. Govinder's signature right at the bottom. There is a way of emailing all of the children's tests and making them a PDF. All you've got to do is go to Rose, and if she knows the process of how to do this, it's just a matter of emailing the whole document. You just set them, making sure that there's no staples or anything that would destroy the machine or create problems, and you send it through to a teacher as a full document. So you can use this, and you'll find it quite useful, especially if you're using stuff that's already on Purple Mash, as I've shown you. You can then download it as a PDF. You can then add your markup, which you can set up in PDF files, especially if you're using Adobe Reader. I would suggest that you download Adobe Reader. If you don't know how to do that, please come and see me, and I'll help you to get it on your machine. I'm sure JP can also help you to get that too. Once you've got Adobe Reader, you can set it up, and you can do digital marking. I'd just like to recap on what we've covered. First of all, we access the activities in Purple Mash. We showed you where that is after logging in. The second thing we did was adding comments in Purple Mash, which wasn't exactly what we wanted because we wanted markup on the document. So then, to get markup on the document, we downloaded in a PDF format. Then, number 4, we were adding the markup to the document in the actual marking process. We then used print to PDF to separate the document into each individual document for moderation and privacy purposes. Then number 6, we uploaded into the appropriate folder into Purple Mash to allow for privacy, that the learner could access their own test. We saved the document on a server, which allowed us to do and share this for post-moderation purposes.